So after watching Kyrie Irving go down last night, watching him shoot a couple free throws, of course, with tears in his eyes, then watching street clothes Anthony Davis actually help carry Kyrie Irving off the court, I couldn't help but start to think about the curse of the Bambino. That's right. Are we actually entering the same kind of scenario, except we're calling this the Curse of the Luka? As we all know, it's been about 6 weeks now since the trade heard around the world went down. And yes, if you haven't checked, Nico Harrison still surprisingly has his job. It's been a long time since I've seen an organization make such a misstep as the Dallas Mavericks made with Luka. Now, they claimed that Luka has health issues and they went ahead and traded for Anthony Davis. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Anthony Davis as a basketball player. He's a great guy off the court as well, but the title of Street Clothes Anthony Davis, which was of course put upon him by one Charles Barkley, certainly has been an accurate statement for quite some time. So seeing AD actually go down in the first game he played for the Dallas Mavericks was not terribly surprising. Look, all the backstabbing that went on after Luka was actually traded away to the Los Angeles Lakers was 100% absolutely a PR disaster. Ridiculous moves by the Mavericks organization just continued after they made the horrible trade in the first place. So watching Kyrie go down last night and knowing that the Dallas Mavericks are currently sitting in the 10th spot in the Western Conference, and yeah, they're a couple games up on, if you will, a surging Portland Trailblazer team, which has gone under the radar so far this season. They're actually playing pretty good. They have 28 wins at this point. And look, I'm not saying the Portland Trailblazers are the best surprising team of the year. You'd have to look to the Detroit Pistons for that. But they are just 2 games behind the 10th spot of the Dallas Mavericks. And of course, we could talk about Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns actually making a run at that 10th spot so they could at the very least be in the play-in position. But if you've watched any of the Phoenix Suns basketball games over the past couple weeks, it's pretty clear that they do not seem to have what it takes, despite the fact that they've got 3 great players on their team. So in terms of the Dallas Mavericks season, it's basically over, completely over at this point. And I absolutely loved what Kyrie was doing. Over the last couple months, Kyrie had actually played the most minutes of any player in the association to this point. And while it has taken Luka a little bit of time to actually find, if you will, his sea legs, since he's now in Los Angeles, it is pretty safe to say that if Luka can drop a couple LBs at some point in the next couple of months and really get healthy before the start of the playoffs, this Los Angeles Laker team could certainly find themselves in the NBA Finals this year. And I am not being myopic about this. We saw what happened with Babe Ruth when he got traded to the New York Yankees. It was almost an instant dividend paying off for the New York Yankee organization. It also ended up leading to 86 years of pain for the Boston Red Sox fan base. We all know that fan base finally was able to actually celebrate in 2004 when the curse was finally broken. So the question really remains, do the Dallas Mavericks actually suffer now from the curse of the Luka? I want to know what you think, North America. Please go ahead and drop your comments in. I mean, when you think about what has happened with this Dallas Mavericks team since this trade has gone down. It has been nothing short of a disaster. I would call it a dumpster fire, but that's not doing it justice, to be honest. Look, with Kyrie going down, it was their last hope of having any chance of doing anything in the upcoming playoffs this year. Now, of course, a lot of people in the media had been talking about how the Dallas Mavericks should just go ahead and shut down AD and not let him play again. And I certainly disagreed with that line of thinking. But now that Kyrie is lost for the season, I see very little reason to actually put street clothes back onto the court again this year. Now, in typical Dallas Mavericks post-Luka fashion, they probably will, and I certainly am not wishing injury on anybody, but I think we all understand exactly what the curse of the Bambino did to the Boston Red Sox. I certainly think this Dallas Mavericks organization and franchise is actually in the midst, if you will, of the early stages of the Curse of the Luka.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show